مرحبا. اليونت وتحمية العضلات هو كتير أساسي قبل البدء بحياة التمرين. هذا هو موضوعنا لليوم اللي رح نحكي فيه من هيركوليس فيتنس سنتر مع بروفيشنال ترينر ويلز. Hi Wills.
Hi Sandra.
I want to know about the importance of warm-up.
It's very important to warm up. It just prepares the body for the exercise that you're going to be doing. But a lot of people are not warming up in the most correct way depending on the workout that they are going to be following.
So what is the correct way?
If for somebody who wants to be doing weight training, the ideal way to warm up is 5 minutes of reasonably high intensity cardiovascular warm up, whether you're running on the treadmill or the bicycle or you're on the cross trainer, followed by 5 to 10 minutes of just joint mobility and range of motion, range of movement drills. It's not advised to do stretching before weight training. However, for people who are just going to do a cardio workout, doing a quick warm-up and then a bit of stretching is more beneficial.
Okay, what's the difference between stretching and warm-up?
Well, when you warm up, the goal of a warm-up is just to raise the body temperature a little bit, increase blood flow through the body. Whereas stretching is more to increase the flexibility in a muscle and to allow you greater range of motion throughout movements.
Okay, and then stretching is important before or after the actual exercise and workout?
For somebody who's going to be doing heavy weights or strength training, they ideally stretch after a workout. The reason being, when you stretch, you reduce the tonus in a muscle, so you're slowing down the muscle.
Yes.
If you want to be doing strength training, you want your muscle to be fired up and ready to work. You don't want it to be lazing back.
Yes.
So for somebody who's going to be weight training, I don't recommend stretching beforehand. It's much better to stretch afterwards, because then the stretching helps remove all of the waste products out of the muscle. Mm-hmm. And again, at the end of a workout, after you've done a lot of strength training, your muscles they're tight, they're stiff. So if you stretch them, you reduce the tonus, and some research have shown, it's not conclusively proven, but it has shown that it helps with prevention of muscle soreness. However, for somebody who wants to lose fat, who's not going to be doing heavy weight training, it's okay to stretch at the beginning, because they found that if you stretch before a workout, you can increase the calorie requirements of your workout by as much as 50%.
Yes.
And for fat loss, that's exactly what you'll be looking for.
Excellent. I want to know also about, there's different types of bodies, and stretching and flexibility are not the same. It's different from one person to another. Why? Why is that?
It's
genetic?
It's a lot to do with genetics, but primarily it's about lifestyle.
Yes.
When we're born, you've seen the babies can have their feet behind their ears. Not many adults can do that. So
practically all of us are born the same way.
Exactly. To an extent, genetics does play a big role in later stage flexibility.
Yes.
But the biggest and the only factor that we have control over is lifestyle.
Okay.
However, a lot of people, what they perceive as a tight muscle is not always a tight muscle. Sometimes it's a compensation for a weak muscle.
Okay.
A lot of guys, when they have very tight hamstrings,
yes,
it's not actually the hamstrings that are tight. The hamstrings appear tight because the hamstrings have to function outside of their comfort zone. Most people, the glute muscles are not active as they should be. They're not functioning properly.
Yes.
And as we both know, the glutes is a primary posture muscle. The glutes is what keeps your body upright.
Yes.
So if the glutes are underperforming, the hamstrings are overworking.
Yes.
And that's why they're tight. So I'm sure you've seen some people, they stretch and stretch day in, day out, and they just never increase their flexibility. Yes. People like that, more often than not, the tight muscle is a compensation for a weaker muscle or an underperforming muscle. If you stretch and stretch and it doesn't work, look at above and below the muscle. See if there's not a weak muscle that is being compensated for.
Different kind of stretching. What are they?
There's a number of different kinds of stretching. The most common that you'll see in the gym is ballistic stretching and static stretching. Now, ballistic stretching is fast action. For instance, guys that just stretch their calves like that.
Yeah.
Static stretching is when you hold the stretch for an extended period of time. Now, static stretching is for increasing flexibility.
Yeah.
Ballistic stretching is for just getting the muscle ready for work. And but when you look at static stretching, the recommendation is minimum of 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And the reason for this is when a muscle goes under stretch, the stretch receptor reflex, which is initiated by the muscle spindles in the muscle,
Yeah.
it actually causes the muscle to contract.
Yeah.
Now, contracted muscle doesn't stretch. So after a couple of seconds, roughly around 8 to 10 seconds, the muscle starts relaxing, and you can actually get a bigger stretch.
And you feel better.
You'll feel
better
better,
every
exactly.
time after stretching. You feel like this is it, the end of the workout, and you're like excellent, in an excellent state.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Sandra.